Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some of my pregnancy must-have items that I've used from the beginning of my pregnancy until now. I'm 32 weeks, so I'm pretty sure I won't have any new items that come up, but who really knows? So let's just get into it. This is something that I have used since the beginning of my pregnancy until now, and again, this is something that I think, you just can't prevent, and that is stretch marks. And I think if you're gonna get them, you're gonna get them, but I do believe that you can try to at least ease the itchiness of them. I think you can help make it so that they're not as bad, but definitely whatever you decide to use it from the beginning all the way through, and it'll for sure help with the itching. Even if it doesn't technically prevent them, it will help. And I have used just normal lotion like vitamin E shea lotion. I have used stretch mark lotion. This is the Palmer's stretch marks. I didn't mind this at all. I just found that it's still pretty thick, so it's hard to kind of spread out everywhere, but I definitely enjoyed this, and this is by far my favorite. I'm almost out. This actually lasted me quite a while. This is the Palmer's Skin Therapy Oil, and I did use the bio oil in the beginning, but I found you had to use so much product to even cover your stomach. Even in the first trimester, you had to use so much product, and I found it pretty pricey for how much product you have to use. So, I mean, I think this does the job just as well, and it's way cheaper, and it spreads way easier, and this has lasted me quite a while. I just bought another one for when this one runs out, but I really enjoyed using this. It's supposed to help with stretch mark scars, dry damaged skin, aging skin, uneven skin tone. Again, I don't think that this will prevent stretch marks, but it has for sure helped with my dry skin, the itchiness, the feeling of your skin stretching. I feel like this is a very good product, but again, whatever you use, even if it's just like coconut oil or just a normal moisturizer, I think anything helps. And this is definitely something that I have used since the beginning. Another pregnancy item that I think is good to have on hand, even if you don't experience this from the beginning, definitely keep it on hand, because when it does happen to you, you will be thankful that you have it. And that is some sort of antacid that is pregnancy safe. Tums, honestly, some people say that it doesn't work, but these have been a lifesaver. Like, you can tell I've gone through this whole thing almost. And for me, heartburn usually happens right at night, so I keep this beside my bed in my nightstand, so that when I go to bed and I'm feeling that discomfort starting to rise up in my chest and into my throat, I'll take 3 or 4 of these, whatever the recommended max dose is. And depending how severe I'm experiencing the heartburn, I will take this before bed, and then I'm able to lay flat and sleep no problem. Before I had these, I was so uncomfortable. I had to prop myself up so that I was basically sleeping straight up, and I was just suffering so bad. So these have been a lifesaver. Whatever antacid that is pregnancy safe is fine. These are just what I have been using. These are what my doctor recommended. Other people said that, again, that these made it worse, but for me, they did not. So definitely worth a shot. Another pregnancy must-have, which I found useful right from the beginning, is a water bottle. And whatever water bottle you choose, it doesn't matter, because you will either be super thirsty, which I was, and you'll want water on hand at all times. I would fill this up before leaving the house so that I would always have it driving. I would bring it to work. I would have it at my bedside before bed, because I would chug water right before bed. I would chug it in the middle of the night, and in the morning when I have to take my thyroid pill, I have to chug it with water as well on an empty stomach. So it is super handy to have a big water bottle that you can fill at all times. And even if you find that you're not thirsty all the time, these are still super handy to keep around, because it'll force you to drink more water, because you're consciously like, oh crap, I need to drink some more, I haven't been drinking. I find when I drink water with a glass throughout the day, I don't drink as much water as I would filling up one of these. So definitely invest in a water bottle. I think they're super helpful, and especially near the end of your pregnancy, you're gonna find that you are constantly thirsty. Like, I cannot leave the house without a full water bottle. Another pregnancy must-have, which you can either spend the money on or just find stuff around your house, but that is extra pillows or a pregnancy body pillow. And I found in the beginning I didn't really need the full pregnancy body pillow, but I did need extra pillows to put in between my legs, to put in between like my knees, because when your body is stretching and your hips, you can feel your hips moving. Honestly, sleeping on your side, the only thing that will help is by putting a pillow between your legs, on your back, in front of your belly. And it's just really, really handy to have. So definitely invest in some extra pillows, or you can get a body pillow, whatever you prefer. I don't necessarily think you need to spend the money on a body pillow. At least for me, I've done fine with and without a body pillow, but it's totally up to you. It's just one of those things where you can, if you have the money, go ahead and spend it, but if you don't, just use some pillows. It doesn't matter. And it's definitely good to try if you are uncomfortable in the night and maybe you might feel like, oh, well, I'm only in the first trimester, I don't really need extra pillows. Try it if you are finding yourself uncomfortable, because it will make a difference. Another pregnancy must-have, which started for me in the second trimester, is sports bras or stretchy nursing bras. And that is because you are stretching. So I'm normally like a 34C, and I was finding that my bras were digging into me around the second trimester, where it was causing me extra heartburn. It was causing me to just be uncomfortable sitting. I couldn't breathe as well. And I didn't think like my boobs were getting bigger, but I didn't even think of the fact that my rib cage was widening. So I measured myself and I was actually like 39 inches around, I think. I don't remember. So I definitely invested in some stretchy nursing bras, but initially I just bought like a cheap sports bra from Walmart, I think it was Walmart, and I bought it in a size large or extra large just to relieve some pressure right below where your, like basically where your ribs are. So these will not go to waste. Obviously you might as well buy a nursing one just so that you can use it after, but if you don't want to spend the extra money, then just get a cheap sports bra that is stretchy and you will be thankful, because I was uncomfortable. I would have to take my bra off basically as soon as I put it on, almost, because it was so uncomfortable. So these are always a really good investment. Another maternity must-have, which I have been wearing since the beginning, and not so much because I had a belly. It was more or less just the feeling of stretching. I didn't want to feel too constricted. So I definitely recommend getting a cheap nursing tank top. These have been a life savior in the maternity clothing department, because I have been able to wear these throughout my pregnancy, and then I can even wear like a normal shirt on top of them, and I still feel comfortable because these are so much longer that you don't feel like things are too short when you're wearing them. They're amazing to layer with. They're good just to wear around the house when you're feeling hot. They are super comfortable. I have loved these. This is an Old Navy one. It was $7 and I'm wearing one right now. They are amazing. So like, this is not a maternity shirt, but I'm able to wear it with my maternity tank top and it's completely fine. So definitely invest in some tank tops. You will find you'll wear them throughout your entire pregnancy, and it's winter right now, so don't think because it's colder you don't need a tank top, because they are very helpful. And another maternity item must have is definitely leggings, maternity leggings. And even if you don't have a big belly, they still help, because you are so uncomfortable in jeans. Even if they still fit, it's just something about maternity leggings that make your life so much easier. And I have been living in the ones that I'm wearing in right now. They're from Motherhood Maternity. I highly recommend that you get a pair. Even if you don't want to spend money on maternity clothes, at least invest in a pair of maternity leggings. You don't have to buy a whole ton of maternity clothes if you don't want to, but this is one item I definitely recommend, because once you feel your clothes starting to get tighter and they're digging in, you get uncomfortable, and it makes heartburn hurt, it makes everything just hurt. So even from the beginning I was wearing these because I found I just was more comfortable going out, laying around the house. I just didn't feel constricted. So definitely invest in a pair of maternity leggings. Another maternity must-have, which I just discovered a week ago, and that is because I have a head cold. And this is the first time I've been sick my entire pregnancy. I have gone almost 8 months now not being sick, and of course 2 months left and I'm sick now. So what I've discovered, since you can't take medicine when you're sick, when you're pregnant, the only thing that would help my sinuses is a Neti Pot. And I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the most comfortable experience that I have ever had to do in my life, but it's the only thing that would relieve the sinus pressure in my head. And it's just saline solution, so it's super safe. You don't have to worry about, you know, anything getting to the baby. It's just salt water basically. But it totally helps your sinuses, especially if you are more prone to getting sinus infections, which I am. This is amazing. It relieved the pressure almost instantly, and I have been using it for the past few days, and it's been amazing. I had to go out and buy one because I didn't have one, and because normally I would go to my regular cold and flu sinus pills when I need to get the congestion out, but when you're pregnant you can't do that, so this was a savior. So if you do end up getting sick, I highly recommend you try this out. Another pregnancy must-have, I almost forgot this one, which has been super helpful and very informative, and that is having a pregnancy tracking app. And I don't care which one you use, definitely get one, because I find it so helpful. I get tips every day. I get to see the progress of where the baby is at, where it should be at, any sort of things that I might be experiencing. It tells me if it's normal or not at that point. And the one that I have been using is the Ovia pregnancy app, and it's really cool. I just put a picture there. But it'll show you the size of your baby, and you can choose whatever you want. I chose the fruit, vegetables, and then it also shows you the handprint, how big it would be if it was born right now. And then every day you just get little articles and things like that. So having a pregnancy app is super helpful. You can track everything in there as well, like your weight, your doctor's appointments, any symptoms, anything that you might be experiencing. I find that it really helpful. It also has a calendar in here where it actually shows you which week you are, because sometimes you honestly, like, you forget what week you are, or if you're looking in advance, like to a trip or something, you can see how far along in your pregnancy are really quickly instead of having to count manually. I just find that really helpful. So definitely invest in a pregnancy app. This one is free. I just personally really enjoy it, and I know a lot of other people have recommended it. So like today it says your baby is probably sucking on her thumb and growing some soft newborn hair on her head. You may start thinking more about delivery and your birth plan. So just little things like that, and articles. It has recipes. I just find it really cool. So definitely get a pregnancy app. So that is it for my pregnancy must-haves. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but these are for sure the items that I use on a regular basis, if not every day. So hopefully you can find some of these helpful. I know a lot of them are pretty common and pretty self-explanatory, but maybe I showed you different products that you haven't seen before, but I really hope you find this helpful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and stay tuned for my birth vlog. Thank you again so much for watching.